Hello, Greg Lawson here. It has occurred to me that people generally don't know what it is a realtor does or what it is that we're supposed to do. So if you don't know what it is we do or we're supposed to do, how do you know if we're doing it well or not? Right? I had a gentleman comment on one of my posts, and this has been a few years back. But he said, I believe 3% is a lot of money to pay somebody who's just opening doors for you. Really? Is that what a realtor does? That's kind of funny because we have to take a lot of classes and pass a big old test, a couple of them actually, to get our license. We have to do continuing education to stay abreast of things. And would it require all of that if we were just opening doors? I think not. But anyway, how do you know if we're doing it well if you don't know what it is? We do. So I'm going to talk about what we actually do or should be doing, and then I'll talk about how you know whether or not we do it well. And we're going to do that right now. So, if this is the first time you've been on my channel, please subscribe and like the video, share the video if you think someone else will get benefit from it. Also, hit the bell. That bell will require that you'll be notified whenever I post new information. Okay, I love to show you San Antonio, the surrounding areas of San Antonio. So if you're considering a move in or to San Antonio, you'll find some value in these videos. So subscribe. It really means a lot. Also, I have all my contact information in the comment section below. So you can text me, you can call me, you can email me, and I'll even put a link to my calendar, and you can schedule a Zoom meeting and we can meet face to face and talk about what I can do to help you with your real estate needs. All right. So choosing a realtor. Before I get into that, let me just say, normally when I'm making a video, I like to dress at least kind of semi-professional. I'm not a big suit and tie kind of guy, but I do like to put on a nice dress shirt, a shirt with a collar and that kind of thing, at least. Sometimes I might have on a blazer, but today I'm in my t-shirt. I swear this will be the last guitar I will ever buy. This is my rainy day, can't leave the house kind of attire. I actually started shooting a video on Joint Base San Antonio last week, and it's a 2-part video. And I shot the first part, and I was going to go out and shoot the second part today, but it's raining and I can't do it. So I'm sitting here at the house, and I wanted to be able to give you some kind of value while I'm sitting here at the house. So this is my rainy day attire. Yes, I am into guitars. If you look behind me, you see a bunch of guitars there in a stand. And over here, there's another guitar leaning against the wall right there. And down over here is my acoustic guitar. It's in the case right there, which is the one I've been playing most recently. Anyway, enough about me and my guitars. Realtors, let's talk about that guy who said 3% is a lot of money to be paying someone to open doors for you. There's so much wrong with that statement. Where to begin? Okay. to me, the most obvious thing wrong with that statement is if you have a realtor who's opening doors for you, then that's because you're looking to buy a home, right? So for realtors taking you out and opening doors and showing you homes that are for sale, then you're a buyer, okay? A potential buyer. And buyers never pay a commission. So what is this dude talking about anyway? Buyers never pay a commission. The seller always pays the commission, right? That's just how it works in real estate. So to say that this guy is an idiot might be kind of mean, but I'm not going to say it. I'll let you figure that out for yourself. But when we are out there opening doors for our buyers, we're doing so much more than just opening doors, you know? We are your representative in the buying transaction, in the buying process. And it's being a realtor is similar to being a lawyer in the sense that I am a state licensed person who is there to represent you. Okay? So if you go to court without a lawyer, you've got no representation. You know, there's an old saying about people who like to represent themselves in court, and the saying is that anybody who represents themselves in court has a fool for a client. And it's kind of a similar situation in real estate. Some people think, I don't need a realtor, I can do this on my own. Well, you think you can, and maybe you can, but there's a lot that you don't know. There's so much that you don't even know what you don't know. Let's just talk about a little bit of the terminology, the most common terminology that's used in real estate. So let's start with an encroachment. Do you know what that means when it pertains to real estate? How about an encumbrance? Do you know what that means when it pertains to real estate? Okay. Are those two terms the same? Maybe they're interchangeable. Maybe they're two totally different things. Okay. My point is, if you don't know that, you probably shouldn't be trying to represent yourself in a real estate deal, right? These are two very different terms, actually, and either one of them can cause you some serious issues if they exist and they're not taken care of. So that's the kind of a thing that a realtor will be helping you to look out for. Does 1978 mean anything to you pertaining to real estate? I see the wheels turning. I see you thinking, well, what happened in 1978? Well, I'm going to tell you what happened in 1978. In 1978, lead paint was outlawed, okay? So if you buy a home that was built before 1978, there's a chance that it could still have some lead-based paint on that home. If there is lead-based paint on a home and you know about it, it has to be disclosed. Even if there's not, it's required that you fill out a disclosure, a lead-based paint disclosure. And you just would simply say, if you don't know of any lead-based paint, it just simply says, I don't know of any lead-based paint on my home. But if you're representing yourself and you're selling to somebody who doesn't have a realtor, neither one of you are going to know that. But that person can come back and sue you if they find that there's lead-based paint on that property. So these are just a few examples of what a realtor does for you. We look out for you. A realtor is a fiduciary. Fiduciary is just a fancy word meaning I look out for you. I'm legally required to look out for you, for your best interest. Okay? So that's what a realtor does. So if you think 3% is a lot of money to pay someone who is looking out for you to keep you out of trouble, when you're making one of the biggest financial transactions in your lifetime, then I would challenge you to give that a little more thought, right? And, talking about the 3%, which is, common, which is pretty common, everything's negotiable, but 3% is pretty reasonable when you consider not only what we're doing as far as representing you in a huge financial transaction. We also have a lot of expenses. As a realtor, we have a lot of expenses. We have to pay MLS dues. We have to pay realtor dues to NAR, the National Association of Realtors. I pay the SABOR, San Antonio Board of Realtors. A lot of times realtors have to pay their brokerages, desk fees if they have a desk at the brokerage. There's just a lot. We have to keep up on our education. That costs money. Now, if let's say I'm going to sell your house and I need to market that home so that it will sell. So I want to take professional photographs. I like to do video. I also like to do aerial. If I can do aerial photographs or video, because that not only shows your house, but I can show the whole neighborhood. I can show amenities that are in that neighborhood. I can do a lot with aerial. But if I have my own photography equipment, then that costs money. A good camera isn't cheap. You can't go and buy a $50 camera at Walmart and expect to get professional grade pictures out of that camera. You got to spend some money if you want to get professional pictures. Either that or you have to hire a professional photographer, and they don't come cheap either. A professional videographer, a drone pilot, they don't come cheap. There's a lot of expenses involved. So don't look at it as 3%. Boy, you're making a lot of money off of me. You're gonna be rich after you sell my house. No. It doesn't work that way. We have a lot of expenses that go with being a realtor. And that's just the fact of the matter. And then there is a commission split in most cases. With the brokerage I'm with now, I have an 80-20 split. So I get to keep 80% of my commission, but I'm paying all of my expenses. Even the sign that I have to put in your yard, I have to buy that. Oh, you want a little box so I can put flyers in the box? Well, I have to buy that. Anything involving my business, a realtor is not an employee. A realtor is an independent contractor. We are responsible for all of our expenses, okay? So that being said, that just kind of explains the payment structure for realtors. If you're just wondering why 3%, that's a reasonable amount, very reasonable. Okay, so but what is it that I'm supposed to be doing for you? I talked about representing you, and so how do you know if I'm capable of doing that? Well, the biggest way you know is you want to hire someone who has some experience, right? That's the easiest way to know if a realtor knows what he's doing. A lot of people get into real estate and most of them don't last. They're a realtor for a year and they just can't cut it, and they're gone. So if you've got a realtor who's been a realtor for 5, 6, 10, 15 years or more, chances are that person probably kind of knows what they're doing. Just the fact that they've been able to do it for so long. They've got experience. But the other thing that you want to look at is you want to choose the right realtor for you. A really good realtor is going to be able to pick up on a person's personality. You know, there are personality traits that don't get along with other personality traits, right? So, a really good realtor is someone who can pick up on the personality traits of the client and adapt to that. So, as a realtor, if I have a client who is a strictly business kind of person, a no nonsense, you know, person, he doesn't want to do a lot of small talk. He doesn't want a lot of chit chat. He just wants me to do my job, you know. And I have to know the difference between having that kind of person and having a person who is very social, you know, because some people are very social and they like to chit chat and they like to kind of feel like you're a friend. You're not just performing a service for them, that you're kind of going to be their friend throughout this transaction. So you need to know the difference. Uh, a good realtor, again, I'd say is versatile, can kind of move between those two types of personality traits. And that's important in this business because, especially someone who's buying a home, sometimes we can spend a lot of time together. Uh, we can go out and look at several homes. They may be riding with me or they may be following me, whichever they prefer. But we can end up spending a lot of time together depending on how many houses we have to look at. And then after we find the house that they want, then there's paperwork that we're doing. So we'll sit down someplace and do the paperwork. They may have questions and that kind of thing. So we can end up spending a significant amount of time together. You want someone who kind of meshes with your personality. So again, a good realtor is someone who's kind of versatile in that. You can read your client and meet their needs on their terms, right? So those are the things you want to look for. You want to look for experience and you want to look for the person who has a kind of a personality that you feel like you can mesh with. So when it comes to finding a realtor to help you buy a home, it's a little different than finding a realtor to sell your home, right? So I've talked a lot about finding someone that you kind of mesh with personality wise when you're buying a home because you're going to be riding around together and spending a lot of time together and that sort of thing. But what if you're selling your home? Well, I also talked about someone who has professional equipment, professional camera, professional video camera, professional drone, or is willing to pay professionals to come in and do a good job because that's so important. So when you're selling your home, you really want it to be marketed well, right? If you have a realtor who just comes in with their cell phone and takes a few quick pictures and goes ahead and puts your home up for sale, you know, it's kind of a hit or miss. You know, it could sell, especially in the market like we were in recently, where there was a real shortage of homes. You probably didn't have to do a whole lot to get a home sold, but most of the time the market is not like that, and the market has kind of shifted away from that already. And there's competition. You know, there's more homes that are sitting on the market longer and you don't want your home to be one of those homes, right? So you want a realtor that's going to market it very well, get a lot of attention to your home, and you want professional quality photos, videos, aerial photography, whatever you can get, you want it to be high quality, right? So that's important when you're looking for someone to sell your home. Obviously, whether you're buying or selling, it's still Again, it's the biggest financial transaction that most people ever make. You're talking several $100,000 in most cases, and can get into the millions of dollars, right? So that's huge. You want that done well. So you want somebody with some experience, someone who's been doing it for a while. So should you find a realtor maybe that, let's say, Dave Ramsey recommends, right? Well, here's the thing about that. Dave Ramsey recommends realtors who pay him, to recommend them, right? And not to say that he doesn't have certain standards. And I think he requires realtors to have sold X amount of homes before he will recommend them. But doesn't say anything about their level of service. There are some agents who list a lot of homes so that they can sell, a bunch. Because if you list a bunch of homes, some of those homes are going to sell. Depending on the market, some of them will sell, some of them won't. But the more, that you've heard, if you've ever been around sales, you've heard the term. It's a numbers game. So there are agents who look at real estate as a numbers game. The more I list, the more will sell. But are those agents doing the best job they could for each client? A lot of times they're not, just because they are working the numbers, right? And they just throw up a sign in the yard and get you to sign the contract. And if you can do that with 50 houses, and if 10 of them sells, that's pretty good. If you can do that every month, oh my God, they make a ton of money. But if you call that agent and if you have a question for that agent, will he pick up the phone? Probably not. That guy's busy out trying to get more business all the time. That's what they do. Some agents really specialize in listing homes, not necessarily serving their clients. So the thing of it is, people think of a realtor as a salesperson, and on some level we are, but it's more of a service oriented field than a sales field. If you hire me to list your home, I'm not going to be the person who is going to be able to persuade someone to buy your home, most likely. Most likely, there will be a second agent who will bring a buyer to that home. My job is to market your home well and make sure that it's getting the exposure that it needs so that someone will see it and like what they see, and they'll come and look at the home, and hopefully we'll get them under contract. But I'm not the person who's actually going to go out and physically try and sell your home to somebody. I'm the person that's going to list it and market it for you, and we'll find you a buyer that way. So you want someone who's going to do that and do that well. So that's what we do. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. You can contact me, call me, email me, text me, or schedule a Zoom meeting, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. But that's pretty much going to be my video for today. All right. So again, take care, and we'll see you next time.